Choose your reality. Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. You're living in the mirror universe. Here's the thing, you didn't realize it until now. You are the projector. What you see is what you get. What you say is what you are. I know you are, but what am I? Do you remember when we were little kids and we would say that if someone said something bad to us? Now, when I say what you see is what you get, what I'm trying to say is what you imagine inside your mind. Whatever you see inside is what gets created outside. The question is, are you paying attention enough to notice it? Now, what a lot of people know is the past, present, and future exist all at the same time. This is why Jesus said, I am the law of Moses. He wrote the law. And you're like, but he didn't come until thousands of years later. No. On the higher levels, there essentially is no time. There just is. Now, the fourth dimension is the time dimension. That's where time exists. So it is a construct just like the third dimension. It's something that was built. It was something that was created, something that was made. It's even in the book of Genesis. Now, when you're caught in your ego, you get caught up in all these beliefs. These things are not real. They do not exist. When you meditate to such a deep level of you completely open up to consciousness, there is no time. Time ceases to exist. So this is why Christ could go all the way back to the time of Moses. He didn't really go back. It just exists. It exists right now. We essentially are living in a cross-section of existence. Or another way of saying that is a cross-section of reality. So, another way of saying it's like you're living in one tiny sliver of all realities. There are a multitude of realities. I think they call it the multi-universe, okay? What that means is there are different times and different dimensions, and it's endless. It is absolutely endless as all the movies Hollywood has made, and Bollywood, and any other country. There is no limitation on this. Here's the thing. When you get to the point when you start to realize, hey, wait a minute, I was literally just imagining that 2 hours ago and it just happened exactly the way I imagined it. Or there might have been this one thing that you imagined in this person and then you met that person and boom, it was this just happened to me about 3 months ago. Not even 3, about 2 months ago. It was someone very specific that I wanted in my life and I imagined it, and there was something very specific that not everybody would know. And when I found this out, I was like, oh, that's it. That's the manifestation. So here's another way of saying it. Manifestation is just shifting your reality to a reality where that thing or that way of being exists. So here's the deal. Instead of thinking like there's just one reality, there's not. I'm telling you. You have shifted your own reality throughout your entire life since you were a little kid. Can't you remember a time, maybe in your 20s, when you looked back just 5 years ago and you're like, man, what happened? Like how did I get here? Well, you probably watched some movies or hung out with some friends, and that was their belief, that was their reality, and you popped into their reality. So there's a word I just lost it. It's a word such as it's a word where like everyone, like they call it the hive mind, where everyone's mind is connected and they're all on the same wavelength. So there's a lot of people will say, okay, I'm going to have to say it this way because otherwise it's going to be hard to explain it multidimensionally. So let's say in your existence, your reality right now, the majority of people in that reality are all interconnected. That's the matrix. They are interconnected with this reality that they themselves didn't create. It's like the newsletters get sent out, or the energy gets sent out, or the message, that's what I'm looking for, the message is getting sent out, and they're like, oh, okay, so this is what we believe now, okay, and everyone shifts at the same time. These are people who truly believe, like, well, you have to just go along with the crowd, and they do. And when someone flies by them, they're like, hey, you can't do that, and they're like, what are you talking about? I am. So here's what's happening right now. And the reason why I'm making this is we are at a time, now it didn't just start today, it's been going on for a while. We are at a time where there is going to be a section of society where people are going to see the mirror effect. It's just going to become so obvious. Like, the whole narcissist piece where they mirror you, you mirror you. This is you creating something, and then it's like you made a movie. You went to the movie theater, you put it up in the box upstairs, the room upstairs where they play the video. You go down and sit in one of the chairs and you watch the movie that you created on the screen. That's reality. You are creating your reality. So when people say take responsibility of your reality 100%, a lot of people get offended. Yeah, but bad things have happened to me. Okay, all it means, now don't take it as a bad thing. Now, I mean, probably tremendously bad things have happened, right? So don't take it like it's this horrible bad thing. Take it as, okay, why would I create that? And what would I rather create? Now, you might be asking, but Mike, why would I create something horrible like that? Because you're trying to snap out of it. You're trying to slap, I'm going to cuss a little bit. You're trying to slap the living shit out of you to remember that you are the creator. You always have been. Now, I'm not saying you're God and you created the universe. What I am saying, I'm going to say exactly what I said when I was up on the pulpit in church, when I was an associate pastor. I said, you're not God, but you are the God of your own choice. You are the God of your own world. You are the God of your own creations, which is your thoughts. See, a lot of people like to blame God. They really do. It's kind of part of our religious culture. Like, we like to get mad at God and blame God. Why would you do this? And God's like, I didn't do it, you did. The Bible is trying to wake you up and teach you that we are creating. So here's the deal. If you don't wake up in this lifetime and begin to consciously manifest, I don't even like to use that word, because it almost takes you in the wrong direction, or puts it takes the power out of your hands. What I am suggesting, what I'm saying, what I'm stating is you get to select your reality. Now, if you're an either or person, you're going to go, okay, so I can either be rich or I can have love. Which one do I want? I can have love, or I can have a peaceful life living alone. Which one do I want? That's why living in the either or world sucks, because you really believe, well, if you have something good, then the other side is you got to have something bad. It's absolutely not truth. It's not true. It is a false reality. But here's the thing. Now watch this. If that's what you believe, this is just the way life is. It's either A or it's B, and there's no other possibility. Then that's what you get, because that's what you created. You are the movie producer. You're the one that creates your own movie, your own reality. If I remember right, it was Naomi Campbell, the model. She was in I think it was a war-torn country in Africa, super poverty. I think she, women got raped on a regular basis. They didn't, she was unsafe. She literally just picked up and started walking from country to country, and she finally got to Europe, and she became a model. So some people will be like, oh, I can't change my life circumstances. You can. Now back to the manifestation thing. It's okay if the word manifestation works for you, great. I'd rather have you say, I want to select my future. I want to select my reality right now. See, to me that's more empowering. It's just like you're shifting. It's like you're going to, what's that one rental place, something box where you could rent all these movies. You get to walk in and pick what movies you want to watch and what movies you want to play on the player. So here's where we're at right now. There are some people that are going to cling to fear. They're clinging to the old energy, the old. Think of it as an old computer that has an older chip, that has older programs, and these older programs that we call rules, beliefs, and values, they don't work in this energy field that we're going into right now. So there's people that are clinging to fear. They're holding on to the old way, and they don't understand why the old strategies that they use to get what they want out of life aren't working now. It's because they're using outdated stuff, outdated computers, outdated processors, outdated programs, outdated beliefs, outdated rules. We are going into a world where things are opening up. What I'm merely suggesting is the energy that is happening right now, you literally are going to begin to pick and choose what you want, because you're beginning to realize, wait a minute, so that thing that I see across the room, I created that. That podcast camera right there, I created that. I remember, when I started doing goal setting, I noticed there were some things that I wrote down, and somehow I got it. Like, there was a car that I got a super deal on this amazing car when I was about 20, I don't know, I think I was 24 or something like that. I can't remember how old I was. But they sold it to me at an unbelievable price because the father was pissed off at the dealership because the what do they call the trade-in value they gave him was almost nothing. So he said, you know what, I'm going to sell it to you for the amount that they wanted to give to me, and it was nothing for this car. This car was babied. It was beautiful. I think it had less than 60,000. I think it was 58,000 miles on it. The oil was changed every 3 months, even if they didn't drive it. It was just, this car was babied. It was I don't know what year, but the 25th or whatever year anniversary for that company, Nissan, and this is it right here, by the way. It literally looked like this. This is the exact car. It's not my car, this one, but it's a picture of the same model. And I mean everything, the stripes, the rims, the color, everything. This is exactly what it looked like when I got it. And I was like, this is like a brand new car. And I remember thinking, that's kind of weird, because I, in a million years, didn't think I'd be able to find a car like this in this kind of shape, let alone be able to afford it. Everything just fell into place. I shifted into that reality where I had that car. See, the minute you begin to realize that you create your reality, that's when everything starts to shift. The minute you begin to realize, like, holy shit, I'm doing this. Even if you're not very good at it, that's fine. See that. Okay, here's the thing I tell a lot of my clients, especially a lot of male clients that take the Cracked Female Code course. I teach them about manifesting, which I really would rather call selecting your future, not even that, because that's putting it out there. Selecting your reality, which is here, which is now. So when you begin to realize and begin to spot that reality is something that you're creating, it's like an opening happens, and all of a sudden you get a new download of upgrades. We'll call them upgrades. New information, new strategies, new everything. You start to look at the world in a different way. Suddenly things start to work easier. Things start to fall in place, and things start to become smoother and smoother and smoother. So when I'm working with men in the Cracked Female Code course, it's even just clients where I'm doing one-on-one healing work with and therapy with, is they'll say, no, you don't understand, I can't do it, and my life sucks, and I go, like, what do you mean? And they'll tell me some of the most horrendous stories and things, and like that's the way my life is, it always happens like that. And I'm like, wow, you're really good at that. And they're like, what do you mean? See, they begin to realize as I work with them that, wait a minute, I'm like, look, if you can create this pile of shit, and forgive my language for saying that, but now you can create whatever you want. See, it's not that you're not good at manifesting. You're really, really good at it. The problem is you're just creating what you don't want. Because during the course, I'll start to show people, like, well, listen to what you're saying. Well, I don't want to be poor. I don't want to get in a car accident. I don't want this. I don't want that. I go, and yet you keep getting it. And I go, the word do not, it has no actual reference or meaning in this. Because the spirit world, your unconscious mind, doesn't process the negative. It just goes, okay, so what picture is he making? He goes, well, it's making a picture of a car crash. Oh, I could do that. Making a picture of losing money. Oh, I could do that. See, all you're doing is just focusing on what you don't want. When you begin to focus on what you do want, you begin to create that. Now, this is a kind of a process I take people through, but when they finally start to understand it, I'm like, look, you're actually really, really, really good at manifesting at what you don't want. It doesn't matter. You're just aiming in the wrong direction. We just got to get you to turn around at 180 degrees and going in the direction that you do want. Because we already know that you can manifest. You have convinced me that this has been consistent in your life for 10, 15, 20 years. Which means you are creating this. Which means you can also create what you want. So I remember when I went to a Tony Robbins seminar, it was a 3-day seminar, and then he was advertising his 5-day date with destiny, and I was like, I have to go to that. But man, that was so expensive. I was in college, I was working part-time, like, well, how am I going to get the money? And everything fell into place. And then I wanted to go to this really expensive 5-week NLP training in Hawaii. I was like, dude, there's no way I can afford that. The company found a way for me to go to this training. So Tony Robbins has you do this goal setting at every seminar. He goes, write down your top 10 goals. Write them real fast. Don't even think about it. What do you want? I want a new car. I want this. I want that. See, if you stop and think about it, then you hesitate. He goes, just write it down in 1 or 2 words or 3 words. So he gets you fired up. And the one thing they tell you is like, look, forget about the how. Because a lot of people, I don't know how I'm going to do this. How can I afford that? How? He goes, it doesn't matter. The universe will take care of it if you truly have the why. If you want it so bad, something will happen. It will come into your reality. That's the same thing as saying select your reality. Select what you want, the kind of car, the amount of money you want to make, etc. Everything from the amount of stress you want to experience. So all I'm trying to get you to understand is there's something that happens that I don't think anyone's ever explained. When you set it in the 3D dimension where we're at right now, and you feel the emotions of having it, as if you've already accomplished this, as if you're living in that home, as if you're inside that car revving the engine, you're holding the steering wheel, you're feeling the steering wheel, you're hearing the engine, you're feeling the vibration of the engine, you're sitting in the seat, you're feeling the leather seat on your thighs and your butt and on your back, and you look to your right and you can see your friend, or you can see the carpet on the floor. That is what I mean by imagine as if you have it. Imagine as if you already have it. Like in the 5 senses. See, hear, feel, smell, and taste. Smell the brand new leather smell. Smell the brand new car smell. Imagine as if you're there. It's daydreaming. Boom, you selected it. And then what happens is you go to sleep, and then I'm just going to say this, your spirit, we'll call it your spirit, your consciousness makes this happen. So now it goes into the dimension where there's no time, there's no past or future or present, or actually there only is present, and then it begins to create it. So that's why Tony Robbins and all these NLP people say, hey, don't worry about the how. If you can feel it emotionally enough as if it's real now, it'll be created. It will happen. So forget about the how. Just select what you want. Imagine having it as if now. Your spirit will go into the other dimension or whatever it's called, and it'll make things. It's almost like it goes and orders a burger for you. It orders a car for you. It orders a home for you, and then it gets delivered. Now, I believe the 3rd dimension is symbolically showing this. So now, in the last 10 years or so, we can go online or make a phone call to a company. I think one's called Uber Eats. It's you heard of the car that picks you up like a taxi cab, but they also do Uber Eats where you can order food and Uber Eats gets it and delivers it. You can also have these people go to the grocery store and you just put the order in and it gets delivered, okay? It's just like that. It's just like online when you order something and Amazon delivers it 3 to 5 days or 7 days later or whatever it is. You make the order, forget about it, and the rest takes care of itself. So it all has to do with imagining having it. It all has to do with the intention. That one word is so powerful. I'm going to give you an example. So a lot of people think, well, I went to my church and the pastor baptized me in water. So I got baptized by water. Well, that's not the real water the Bible's talking about. But there is and or can be a connection. In the 3D, you're essentially saying to God, saying to heaven, the universe, spirit, Jesus, whatever you believe, I want to be baptized by the baptismal water of God, of Christ, to be baptized by the fire, etc. If you go into it with that intention, like it's truly in your heart, and you've been imagining what it's going to be like when you get baptized, you will literally have a consciousness shift or a spiritual shift where the Christ energy goes into you, and you will see people burst out in tears, burst out in joy. There will be a dramatic shift in their energy field. You'll feel it. They'll feel different. Their face will look different, and you'll see it in their eyes. As I've said in the past, it's on all levels. It's not like it's just here in the 3D. It's what you imagine here is also on the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th dimension. They're just on different dimensions, yet we're all connected as one at the same time. So when you study atoms and molecules and electrons, they talk about, what are they talking about, this thing where this, I forget what it's called, but it's like this string where you have this attachment, they call it the red string, where to someone that you're supposed to meet, like the love of your life. And throughout all the ages, all your lifetimes, or if there is lifetimes, you're going to meet this person. That string can never be cut or can never be disconnected. Eventually you will meet this person. So it's the same thing they're talking about, like on the atoms and electrons, and I forget what it's called at the moment, smaller than an atom. But it's like if it happens here and it has a direct connection to another one, which is literally a galaxy away or even more at the end of the universe, it has the same effect on that. In other words, let's say it's an electron. I forget the word, there's another word for it. But if it starts to buzz and circle and starts to crystallize and look beautiful and spin, the same exact thing is happening at the same exact time at the other end of the universe. And I forget what science is. Now I'm talking 3D science right now. That's the same thing as the red string thing. It's like there's always some connection to something over on another level. My point is, what happens here in the 3D gets created in the spirit world. That's the simple way of saying it. So if you start realizing everything becomes a mirror, like this whole AI thing, people even starting to post stuff on Facebook and on YouTube Shorts is like this whole AI thing isn't actually thinking, it's just mirroring stuff. It's just copying stuff. I'm like, yeah, just like a narcissist. There's another computer thing coming up. I forget what it's called, but this does not mirror. It does not just copy and regurgitate information like a narcissist. It's actually going to create stuff. This is the verge of shifting that we're going through right now as humans, as spirits. What if I told you you already are in the Garden of Eden with God? You're just not conscious of it. What if I told you you are still manifesting and creating in the Garden of Eden with God? You're doing it. You've been doing it every moment of every day since the day you were born. You're still doing it. Now, do it consciously. So when you begin to see your thoughts being mirrored outside in reality, when you become conscious of this mirror effect, you start to go, whoa, wait a minute. I'm doing this. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I went through this real freaky consciousness thing about a week ago or 5 days ago, and I was like, oh my, like I'm becoming very, very conscious. Like we are literally creating everything, like this coffee cup, okay? This coffee cup, this mug, this thing of honey, everything. You created it in your movie mind, and then you projected it out into the 3D world. That's what the 3D world is all about. It's like bringing your ideas and thoughts into reality, into physicalness. In a sense, you are an artist. You are a sculptor. You are a movie maker. You are a movie producer. You are a writer. You've always written your story. Now write a beautiful story. Believe it or not, but one of the techniques is literally physically write a story about your life from right now forward. You can make this imaginary thing where something happened to your past, and that one thing that you didn't think anything about it suddenly made you understand something, and then that made you suddenly begin to manifest better, and then you met a person that came back from your past and they told you something, and your brain clicked and went, oh, I didn't know that. Click, click, work, being, and all of a sudden everything starts to fall into place. It's just imagination. It doesn't matter how you do it. Get caught up in the daydream. And once you're done with the daydream, step out of it and let it go. Forget about it. Go fishing. Go start a hobby. Go do your work. Hang out with your friends. Go to the coffee shop. Forget about it. Let it go and let it create itself on its own. That's the thing. You don't need to do the how. It does the how for you. Get out of its way. You are not supposed to be involved in the how. You are the manifester. You are the creator. You are the producer telling the actors what to do, and then they do it. You are the owner of the factory that says, hey, I want to make this, this, and this is what I want it to look like, and this is what I want it to do. And they go, okay, boss, we're going to do it for you. They do the how. Let it go and let the spirit world do it. Trust me, they're a lot better at it than you are. All I'm saying is this. We have gone into an energy field. There has been a shift, and this is going to become a lot of your realities. The people that are holding on to the old strategies, let go of them. Let them go. They're going to look at you like you're weird, like you're different, but they're also going to go, wait, why is that person lighter? Why are they happier? Why are they just dealing with stuff better? Some people are just afraid to let go of what they know. Ever since I was a child, I had to retake this 5 times. Okay. The brutality that Christ went through, it's just wrong. I felt it then, I feel it now, and it's a pretty intense thought for me. So that's what I mean by the old beliefs are fading away. We are realizing that is just some outdated stuff that's just wrong. They're just beliefs. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. Beliefs are not real. So start creating beliefs that support you, that empower you, that make life easier, that make life funner. You know, the whole idea that you need to suffer and struggle to get by, that's just an outdated belief. That is just a crock of shit. It really is. The belief that you must struggle to earn a good living, that things have to be hard, those are just beliefs. Change them. They're not true. You can have beliefs that say life is fun, work is fun, I like doing what I do. I can do what I want with my life. Begin to create thoughts like that, and that your life will fall into place. My point, choose your beliefs, because beliefs, even though they're not real, they create your reality. Example, life is a dance. Life is inspiring. Life is fun. Life is passion. Life is creativity. Life is art. Life is music. Choose a life belief and watch what happens. Your life will become like that. I guarantee it. Alright guys, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button, click the like button, make a comment if you want. Go ahead and buy one of my dating relationship books if you want to support this channel, or make a donation. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.